Train to Busan synopsis. While a zombie virus breaks out in South Korea, passengers struggle to survive on the train from Seoul to Busan. Hey YouTube, and welcome to my new movie review to Train to Busan. Now before I get started on this review, I need to explain something to you. The reason why I actually found out about Train to Busan is that because of the trailer that just dropped called The Peninsula. I personally never ever heard anything about this movie or anything like that. Peninsula is the direct sequel to Train to Busan. It came out back in 2016 and it's rated MA15 plus with a duration of 1 brilliant hour and 58 minutes long as an action horror thriller movie. And those of you who've been following me for any period of time, two things that I like to talk about in my movie reviews, and I'm not going to talk about them, I'm not going to verbalize who they are, purely out of complete respect to this movie. I don't want to butcher anyone's name. That's literally why. Because it's a completely Asian cast and it's an Asian director with it is so brilliantly amazing that I didn't want to butcher anything. So I'm just going to put the photos up as I talk now. I'm going to put the photos up of the cast members right here, and this is just the photos from IMDb with the names beside it. And I believe that the names are also wrong on IMDb because that's not how you say their name. You say them the other way around. Anyway, that's not how we speak. But anyway, so that I don't disrespect anyone, I'm just going to throw their faces up here. Far out. One of the things that I loved and I thought was absolutely brilliantly, incredibly amazing about this film more than anything, guys, was the simple fact, literally, the simple fact of what you don't see. As in, what I'm trying to say there is you just see such a deserted place. And I thought to myself, either this movie was filmed literally like the crack of dawn, or they just edited out humans. Most of the movie is filmed on the train, but a lot of the elements of the film that aren't filmed on the train are like sort of almost like aerial shots of a complete desertion of where they actually are. I am not kidding you at all. I don't really care for zombie films. Like, they're okay, but I'm not in a hurry to race out and go see them. Like, for example, I think The Walking Dead is a zombie film or a TV show, sorry. I've never seen it. I don't care for it. It doesn't look appealing to me in any sense of the word at all. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just doesn't appeal to me. In saying that, I saw obviously the trailer for Peninsula and I literally was like, okay, I'm down, I'm sold. The trailer for Peninsula looks so next level in horror movies. Really, it looks so good. Now, there's so many elements of this, of the Train to Busan. Sorry if I'm butchering that name. I think it's Busan. The reason why I'm blown away, so many things that I'm blown away. This is a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece movie. Oh my gosh, this movie is so good. I love the fact that as the movie goes along, slowly and surely, they discover elements of the zombies that you don't think that are going to happen. And the cast of the movie discover that they can't get them in certain elements. And I'm not spoiling anything. For anyone who's been following me for any period of time, I do not do spoilers on my movie reviews because I don't care how old a movie is. I don't think spoilers are fair. Now this movie is, and this is how I watch this movie, this is on Netflix currently. as soon as I saw the trailer for the new movie, the sequel to this, I was on board instantly. I was like, oh, I got to check that out. This looks amazing. Then I saw the trailer to Train to Busan, and I was like, what in the world is this? This looks epic. And so I just didn't hesitate. I checked it out straight away, and I was so ridiculously, thoroughly impressed in every shape or, oh my gosh, I cannot even begin to tell you how impressed I was. Far out. Guys, one of the things about this movie that I was also impressed with, and for those of you who've been following me for any period of time, I really like to talk about character chemistry. Now, I'm actually, it is a part of the character chemistry, but it's also not a part of the character chemistry, and I'll explain myself. There's one guy in this movie, and he wears a suit and a tie throughout the whole movie. I kid you not, in any way, shape, or form, by the end of the movie, what happens to him, I hated him. They deliberately, intentionally, he does stuff in this movie that is just so self-centered and so just like it's all about him, and he doesn't care what happens to anyone else on the journey to where he needs to be, but whatever it will come about, as long as he's not being affected, then he's fine with it. And he makes calls, and he makes pretty bad judgment calls and stuff like that. And I tell you what, guys, by the end of the movie, what happens to him made me very happy. But during the course prior to that, I was just like, man, I hope something really, really bad happens to him, because he was a really, really bad guy. And this guy here is who I'm talking about right now. As I said, guys, I do not, just out of complete respect, I don't want to butcher anyone's name. So I'm just going to, this is the guy that I'm talking about in the movie. Yeah. Not only that, also this guy here, yes, that guy right there, I just thought when he's kind of covered up, so you can't really see his masculine physique, but then he, at one point in the movie, you'll see why. There's a reason. For anyone who hasn't seen this movie, when you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And those of you who have seen the movie, when he takes his jacket off, yeah, that scene, man, he is a rock. Like, you could tell that he has done a lot of personal training in his time, because he was jacked. What a unit. Oh my gosh. This is an absolute must watch if you like zombie movies, guys. The direction that it's taken in, the cinematography, the way it is shot, the way that the camera is placed, the editing of this movie, the zombies, and the thrill factor. This movie it starts, and then when stuff happens, it's like a knob, and it just gets cranked higher and higher and higher. It levels up every single time, and it doesn't back off. It just does not back off. This is a definite 100% must watch. Train to Busan. This movie is one of those movies, guys, that I promise you right now, it won't let you down. It really, 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 really won't. Now, I need to, first of all, for those who have been following me for any period of time, you know that I love to give you guys trivia. Now, I am going to give you trivia, and I just want to tell you right now, if I butcher the names and say the name is wrong in the trivia of this review, because I think I'm going to, because obviously names always come up in trivia, I'm just letting you know, I apologize in advance. I apologize now for screwing the names up, but I'm just giving you trivia of how it's written in English in the trivia. And I don't mess with that. How it's written is how it's written. And I apologize now, right now. Sorry if it's wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I really apologize now. So if anyone who's been following me for any period of time, it's trivia time. Sehun made another movie, Seoul Station, in 2016, which is the prequel to Train to Busan 2016. There you go. In the events in Seoul Station 2016 take place one day prior to the events in Train to Busan 2016. That's pretty cool. Next piece of trivia is, guys, Train to Busan 2016 is the 6th highest grossing domestic film in South Korea. Wow. Next piece of trivia, guys. The actor Dong Seok-ma, the man with a pregnant wife, used to be Yoo-gong's personal trainer, which makes so much sense. Next piece of trivia is, guys, filmmaker Edgar Wright, who directed Shaun of the Dead, the comedy, 2004, was a massive fan. Wright recommended the film. He tweeted it out in a film, and he said it's the best film he's ever seen. Next piece of trivia is, guys, Train to Busan 2016 is director Sang Ha-yoon's first live-action film. Yoon's previous works was animated films, animated features. Next piece of trivia is, guys, the word zombie is mentioned once in this film. Next piece of trivia is, guys, So-hee, who plays the character Jin-hee, is an ex-member of the famous K-pop group Wonder Girls. How cool is this? Next and final piece of trivia, guys, and I will leave you with this one, is Train to Busan 2016 became the first South Korean film to cross the $1 million mark at the Singapore box office. Again, I apologize if I butchered those names, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. For anyone who hasn't, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you would be so kind, and if you're on a mobile device, go ahead and click that bell so that when I drop anything, it'll be yours, all yours straight away, guys. And speaking of straight away, go ahead and straight away smash that thumbs up button. I really, really appreciate your feedback. I really value you guys being here. Seriously, are you guys excited for Peninsula as much as I am, guys? I'm actually going to leave the trailer link to Peninsula in the description of this movie review for Train to Busan, because I definitely, even saying that, if you're not a fan of zombie movies, then don't even worry about it. But if you are, go ahead and check the trailer out. I guarantee you'll think this is amazing just as much as I has. And if you haven't gone to see Train to Busan, check it out. Seriously, check it out. Seriously, guys, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for clicking this link. I really value your time. Seriously, I really do. And until my next movie review, don't forget who's bringing this movie review for Train to Busan. This is Superman Steve, guys. Flying out!